Hi, church family. Well, we are back. We've been back for a couple weeks now, and it's been really cool seeing some of you there. And every time I see you drive up, I get so excited. Like it's like a family reunion. And the harbor is just such an unbelievable place. I honestly can't believe it when I'm literally driving to church and I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean. It's unbelievable. We are so blessed. You know, somebody asked me a question the other day, and it may be a question that you have been wondering, and that is, wait a second. So we're in a global pandemic. You can't offer kids ministry, but you're actually going to two services. Why would you do that? That's so crazy. And the simplest answer is when we started this church, when I was talking to God, I said, God, you know what? If you are willing, I would love to do two services to offer as many options as possible to get people to come to our church. Because a lot of times when we were starting, people were saying, well, I can go earlier, or I'd rather go a little bit later, or do you have this option or this option? So when I was praying, I said, God, as soon as you open the door for two services, I'll follow it. As soon as you do. Because we couldn't do two services at the community center. They weren't allowing us to do that. So when this whole thing started at Aventura, I just asked. And I was prepared for them to say no. And I would have been okay with them saying no. But they said, sure, we're not going to charge you anything extra. Come on in and you could do two services. And I said, okay, I'll do it. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I sort of feel like Noah, you know. I'm building this ark, I'm praying, I'm faithful, I'm giving this to God. And some people might look at us and say, or look at me and say, what are you doing? There's no rain. What's going on? Right now, people are being asked to, stay home or do other things. So why would you do two services? Then the best answer I can give is because that's what I prayed about and that's what I told God I would do. And I'm being faithful to that. That's the best answer I can give you. Right now, some of you might be going through some really hard times. And you're giving it to God. And people might say, why are you still praying for that husband or wife? Why are you still praying to get out that marriage is going to get fixed? Why are you still praying for that health thing that's never going to go away or that financial thing that's never going to go away? And you're just saying, I'm going to stay faithful to what I told God I would do. I'm going to stay faithful to him. I'm going to believe his promises. So that's what we're doing. In fact, last week, somebody they'd never been to our church ever was walking by the harbor. They live on a boat right there in the harbor. They came to our 9:00 service. And then Melanie could not wait to tell me the story that at 10:30, there was a couple that came in at the very end of the service and loved the music and asked, are we going to be back next week? Friends, if that's all that happened, that's great. That's another option. This is something that we're going to do together. We're going to believe that God is going to continue to do unbelievable things with this church, and you are a part of that. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community, this family, that we could do this together and believing for God that the impossible. Let's do that. Why not? Why not us and why not now? God loves doing the impossible, so why not with us? Now, I understand and realize that some of you would love to be at the church in person. You would love to. I've talked to you. You'd love to. But you just need to give it a little bit more time. I understand that. We understand that. And we agree with you on that. So what we did was we put a backdrop behind me so then that way the glare wouldn't be so bad because we're learning week by week to try to give you the best possible online experience. And so thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing online. We love you, and we can't wait to see you when we see you, but we love you. Know that we love you. And for those of you who are coming in person, if you are one of those people that are just like, I'm okay with going out, I don't really have any health issues, I'm responsible, I'm okay with going out right now. If that's you, we would love to see you. But at 9 o'clock or 10:30. But either way, we would love to have you be a part of our community at 9 o'clock or 10:30. What I'm saying by that is, if you just watch the message sort of like you DVR a show, then it tends to be about the message. And then eventually just the church tends to be about a personality or a person. And I don't ever want this church to be about me or my messages. I want us to be the community. So if you are not able to come to church in person, I would love for you to go live with us at 9 o'clock or 10:30 online. I love after church watching everybody that tuned in to watch at 9 o'clock or 10:30. It just gives us that sense of community, that we're still together. You know, last night when our girls were praying, they prayed for an end of the coronavirus. And I kind of peeked up and I looked at them And as they were praying, they said, so that we could hug our church family again. They get at this young age that the church is not about me or my messages. The church is about the community that we built here in South Orange County. So I would encourage you to continue to pray with me and believe with me for the impossible. I would never ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do. Yes, going and starting with 2 services and all of this, yes, it's a gigantic, gigantic step of faith. I mean, we have no option other than just to completely trust God. But I would never ask you to do that if I wasn't willing to do the same. And I want to lead by example with that. So we're going to continue to press forward. For those of you who are wondering what we're doing, we are having all of the safety precautions with social distancing and face mask and contact tracing and the whole thing. We want to be very responsible with this. But at the end of the day, I just love the fact that we get to at least see each other again and be there together in person. So love you so much. Let's believe together that our God can do anything. Let's believe together that we can do the impossible because of who God is and his promises. Whatever you're going through right now, you're not alone. We're with you. Love you so much. We'll see you soon.